don't play with me, but I still gamble with it. We getting right before we take off on the landing strip. Know that you like all the attention that a fan gives. Say that you like me, but you way too young for marriage. I've been here before, I know exactly how it goes. Yeah, now I got you packing up your clothes. You can hit me up and let me know exactly when you close. I'm her favorite, says she need a... She wanna all day. Hey, 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 hey.
Yes, them a look good in my tight little dress. Rock it up and me make the man them obsessed. Put in the work when we dance and we sweat. Dangerous when you get smooth like the skin on my face. Draw figure eight when me wind up my waist. Bumper and boom, we no need days to wait. If you get it, off the plate. Wanna run it up, run it up, all night. If the lights went down, get your kip up, baby. You wanna drop it down, pick it up.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, it's the rookie out of Florida. Able to avoid him at the 40. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2nd down and 8. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough on run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what the offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's 3rd and 7. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Work in the middle of it. And the ball.
Oh, man.
Going the other way. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. We know turnover margin always key, going to be really key in this one, and to force an opening drive turnover, that's huge.
It is, and you know something? There's one coach on every team that weighs in at the worst possible time, right? And this is bad. He just fumbled the football. Can't you just hear him right now? Son, you messed it up for everyone on that one. Messed up our offense, and now you put our defense in a bad spot.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it 2nd down. Fields.
This idiot. What the fuck?
And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
What is
And that's
that?
a ball that he is going to want to keep his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they take it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get a second one.
Now they'll shift things around. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Bad read.
Good coverage there.
Bad read.
Free, and it's 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And this throw a bit late as he
was up to me.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll throw is complete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Carlson able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
He's got room at the 30 and down to the 19-yard line. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards. To throw is Fields. His early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the Steelers force the turnover.
If it was up to me, I would go.
Points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Off to the races. Super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Fast.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Rams have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage here by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
To the sideline and incomplete. The Steelers at 5-3 now on the year. And they come in playing some pretty decent football, 5-3 over their last 8.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. You talk about this Rams defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
That was well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
58 yards rushing for
Yeah.
as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now they'll change things up. They'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
I'll pick up the 2.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Steelers have regained the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Here's Fields. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Buying time to his left. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Out of the gun, Fields. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams have moved out in front. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 14-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Well, that's going to be incomplete.
One thing you have to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 73 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. A perfect example right there, Charles, of why they love this rookie runner.
And think about how the NFL and the college games are meshing together more and more. You don't have to go to the NFL and learn a new set of skills. What you did in college often makes you ready for the NFL.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. So after the loss of a yard, they'll
Bro, don't talk to me about meta plays and what you running, bro.
At the 42-yard line.
Okay.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Steps away. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Brandon, 4th and 1 on their own side of the 50, and they decide to go for it. As a former defender, I take that personally. I can't believe they let them pick that up. They should have swarmed the line of scrimmage and stuffed that one.
Not surprised, though, because they told us about the supreme confidence they had in the O-line, and they were able to get that yard. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Right back to him on first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Yeah, looks like they'll move things around here. Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
For the guys on defense, this has been a physically taxing drive, but it's also hurt them mentally because they just gave up another first down, and now they're confronted with how do we stop these guys and get off the field.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Rams' 29-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And finally down it goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Off the RPO, he completes it. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Back to throw again. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Kenny Clark make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
It's a good shot.
Underneath and finds Brown.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call through the offensive coordinator. You like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
Oh, and the hard count might have gone. This might be a first down. So the defense flinches, contact made, and the 5-yard penalty ensues. 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Fields. That's caught at the 25. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Justin Fields, a touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Rams take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
First Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. A throw out wide going to be
Never did that.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
He'll look to throw. And he is caught. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
2nd and 10. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw again. And he takes a shot on the
What is
release
that?
as this will be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
It's just some blockchain. It's not even no fucking glitch. Fuck.
Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 3rd down and 13. Fields. Got a man. It's Brown. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They snap it to Fields. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 91 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's going to lose yardage here.
I do not like how you just
on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2. They'll look to throw. And that's caught at the 2. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. From the gun, here's Fields. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. Now it's Fields. Working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43. A run up the middle with Irving. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Fields. Flushed out right. Finding Knox there, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, Fields. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Here comes second down. Now Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. How about the call to come with a blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense. Say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
All eyes on Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10.
Oh, he just scored a touchdown for him.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Here we go. First and goal. Now Fields going to move him around. On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Fields. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Justin Fields, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Rams answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Extra point up and through, and they will take a 7-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And it's a good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll come up now on 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
I fucking just did the dumbest fucking job in history, bro.
A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here quarter. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Now Fields. That's caught by Shakir. And he's out of bounds, so give him about 9 as that stops the clock.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Back to throw. Fields. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here's Fields. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there. They were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
To throw is Fields. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Throwing again is Fields. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category.
He didn't try, bro.
To look his way when they need a big pickup, and on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Fields now to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and the Rams have won the game. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for the Rams, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on this.
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to feed the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? 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 So gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? Don't be afraid of the bounce. See when your things levels got changed to your mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days. I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it, what can I say? Top form staying in shape. I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to feed the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you
Yeah.
Ice cream with Shanti playing in AMG. Let it rain on me. On my head, boys, I'm on my knees like that. Lord, please pray for me. Save your grace for me. Say, boy, what you want? Get that, get that, get that. Shoot in my mouth, shoot in my and one. Okay, on the real, I'ma take his out. I'ma take him from his. On the real, I think he knows.
I think he knows.
Like that.
He's wrapped around my pinky finger, watching the way I move. More power than on, and he knows it's true. When I play with him like that, when I play with him like that.
Man, what a hell of a year it's been. Keep on bluffing, but I just can't win. Drown my sons, but they learn to swim. Man, what a hell of a year it's been. Head in the bottom, put my heart in a case. Head's getting harder to act my age. Play a sad song on a tiny violin. for the man at the bar confessing his sins. I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil will walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. Love keeps knocking, but I just stay home. I ain't picking no flowers for the seeds that I'm sown. They say it gets darker when you're coming on door. Still looking for the right at the end of my wrongs. At the end of my wrongs, I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil will walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. It's a little good news. I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil wouldn't walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. All I really need is a little. Something bring me back to the middle. All I really need is a little good news.
That's how I be happening. It's for all my not abandoned. For my ladies on stage, they clapping. Transaction, cause your mama need a mansion. Get cracked, put them in it. Can't forget the yellow brother in. Shed so many tears, lost 100 friends. Every time I see them, I'ma need that. Believe that. Label tryna give me feedback, tell me bring the streets back. Fans said they want 2015 Vince. Drop big fish, cuz been weak since. Damn, tell me how you really feel. Yeah. All I wanted was a couple mil, make the city proud. Put it down for them, come and tear it down. What are you about? In the ghetto, I'm a Martian, crash landing. In the dirty apartments, stay shy. I'll forever be the hardest, big time. Like the New Orleans, real shine. Like the women know you. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Where they at? Money growing on trees, hanging on palm, spilling. Code 304, she don't want a 16. Renegade on a make it. Buy a tree, no love, I'ma sleep with my Porsche 911, slide through the section. Gotta show my homies I'm on now. Both souls on the ground, never sold out. What you know about this? No glitz and glamour. Under my polo pajamas, face getting ran, gotta watch for the cameras. Before you get freaky, can't with no random these the sneaky. If police come action, then you never see me. The ghetto will trap you, but I love it. Yeah, I love it. In the ghetto, I'm a Martian, crash landing. In the dirty apartments, stay shy. I'll forever be the hardest, big time. Like the New Orleans, real shine. Like the women know you. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Where they at?
Oh, we need nobody else but God. That's all we need, you understand what I'm saying? Everybody else is sour, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, family, turn your back on you, everything, you know what I'm talking about? But you know one day, you got a soldier like me, I'm gonna stay solid, baby, to the bone, bro, so you know me. You understand what I'm saying? Off the top. Yeah.
I don't need your flowers, I'm living. First time I seen $1 million, I'm squinting. Broke me a pack to help me hustle. Came a long way from the project buildings. That's where Granny went when she left Louisiana trying to dodge Jim Crow. But you can't escape the master stained glass windows. Got my vision from the past. I'm probably finna go to hell, but it don't matter. Seeing heaven on earth. No, I could have been up on the shirt. If I ain't get my together, go to work. I've been hitting licks since flip verse flirts. Riding like witchcraft, finding beauty in the darkness like Rembrandt. Everybody gang, gang, gang till it get bad. Do you hear me? Together was a mismatch. You ain't never finna win that. Nah. In the ghetto, I'm a Martian crash landing. In the dirty apartment, stay shy. I forever be the hardest. Big time. Like New Orleans, real shine. Like the Paranoia. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Where they at? In the ghetto, I'm a Martian crash landing. In the dirty apartment, stay shy. I forever be the hardest. Big time. Like New Orleans, real shine. Like the Paranoia. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Where they at?
Hey, it's Paul. I was listening to the album. Good luck. You're on your own.
Guess who's back? Back again. She's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Well, look what the stork brung. Little baby devil with the forked tongue. And it's sticking out, yeah, like a sore thumb. With a forehead that it grew horns from. Still a white shirt, pulling up in a Chrysler to the cipher with a in a light shirt. Lyrical technician, an electrician, y'all light work. And I don't gotta play pretend, it's you I make believe. And you know I'm here to stay, cause me, if I was to ever take a lead, it would be aspirin to break your feet. If I was to ask for Megan D Stallion, if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at her feet? I don't know, but I'm glad to be back like
Abracadabra.
And for my last trick,
I'm about to reach in my back, bruh.
like
Abracadabra.
and for my last trick,
Just like that, and I'm back, bruh.
now back in the days of oat me, right around the time I became ate some as a way of coping. Take the case of turned me into smiley face emoji. May not be age appropriate, but I will be an 8-year-old indeed with a participation trophy.
I have zero doubts that this whole world's bound to turn into some Girl Scouts. That censorship bureau's out.
Set me down. So when I started this verse, it did start off lighthearted at first, but it feels like I'm targeted. Mind-boggling how my profit is skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Look what I pocketed.
Hey, Jordan, you again?
Just like
No.
y'all been like jogging
Can
in.
you ask Alyssa, I know it's a long stretch. After people hate a baby for Easter and everything, but we don't. Because when I'm looking at the board, it say plaintiff. You need to plaintiff because she's a defendant. And it say plaintiff for had the baby. I thought she was a plaintiff. And plaintiff for had the baby on even years. The day before Thanksgiving at 6 p.m. and to the next day at 6 p.m. But that's Alyssa. So even though we get the baby Thursday and Friday, this is supposed to come get the baby Saturday at 6.
Said Thanksgiving or Easter?
I'm talking about Easter Jordan.
Okay. Said Thanksgiving. Alright, so what you want me to ask?
What I want you to ask her, because I want her to go with me Saturday to the party. I want you to see if, because she's supposed to come and get her Saturday at 6 o'clock and stuff like that. We can keep her Saturday and I'll bring her home Sunday morning. Because if we're going to church or whatever, I'll bring her home in the morning.
This Saturday, right?
Yeah, the day before Easter. But we're supposed to put the baby up 6 o'clock. But see if I can put the baby Saturday, because I want her to go home with me, and I will bring her home in the morning. If they're going to church or something. For Easter. It's a long chat.
She's supposed to, who had a baby on Easter?
The other soldiers, I looked at the schedule, she got the even odd years. which means the day before Easter, she come and get the baby at 6 o'clock, which is Saturday. And she's supposed to bring the baby back at 6 p.m. Sunday. But you know, according to our schedule, we don't get on Sundays anyway, because Sunday she come and pick up the second. Remember?
Right.
You see what I'm trying to say? I mean, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she had said, supposed to her come and pick her up at 6 p.m. Saturday. See if I could keep her that day, because I was going to take her somewhere, and I'll bring her home in the morning. One second.
Hello, my name is Jason.
Well, really, you like to go ahead for Easter, so I don't need to buy enough for Easter.
I've been standing in the rain just trying to stay. I was so ashamed to be in this seat till I met a man who was 20 years. He said everybody here felt the same. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning street.
You text already?
Yeah.
I bought her little blue outfit. All right, then.
Can't look at me cause he's guilty. And I swear that the last couple months that tried to kill me. By the time I saw it coming, it was done with already. It's hard to run from it when it runs in the family. A problem with 1,000 more it's causing. Damn, it's exhausting. This is why I walked in.
Thanks for letting me share, y'all.
And I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. And I've been standing in the rain just trying to stay. I was so ashamed to be in this seat till I met a man who was 20 years. He said everybody here felt the same defeat. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning streak.
What are you talking about? Ain't no playoffs. That's well pretty hard. That's that we don't have to exert energy. We play the Lakers and we play Memphis. Which player on the Memphis Grizzlies is gonna make Luka or LeBron waste a lot of energy for that matchup? So they get to conserve their energy because there's nobody offensively that's going to force them to play both sides of the court. That series alone, they can really only play one side because of the matchup. And my matchup, I got to go on first round, then Curry second round, and then I got to Shea that third round, Shea Thunder. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning streak. He don't shoot like that, so I think that I'm only playing on forced to leave it. I'm only playing one side of basketball, so now it's an easier fight eventually. I can okay, we can fight. I got some energy. Now it's a real fight. Now it's a real fight. Now I've been practicing. Now I get to come and fight somebody. And it's all about your matchup with your best.
Yes, them a look good in my tight little dress. Rock it up and me make the man them obsessed. Put in the work when we dance and we sweat. Dangerous when you get smooth like the skin on my face. Draw figure eight from a wine up my waist. I wanna know if we rockin', would you keep it cool? Take trips and private dinners just for us too. Yeah, he buy me Givenchy dresses and see me breakfast. Immaculate, loving when he show affection. About me, over like I'm stretching. And I ain't never out like wrestling. Back on it. Got all these boys mad cause I passed on it. I'm a fly, come on baby, spin a bag on it. Yeah, we so extra, like young and
The first night, yeah. Welcome back.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, the one that up to score with him. Walking down the whole time, I know he got some horn in him. Passing out the Bible, whatever. Welcome back to the web.
Because I feel like when you're in a relationship, if you don't use your mate toothbrush,
Mid-flight, here to recite, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in a mule.
Has a show called The Show. It's one time. Maverick Carter's. I had to. I said simply, no problem. We don't want to wish you. Superficial. Wrong with speaking. Because there are times where the shock is here. I said, I show it. Ron has to be there. Number one. And number two, no editing. Don't edit shit out. Cliff note stuff, clip things, cut it out.